What's up, everybody? Believe it or not, this is actually my 10th video, which is actually hard for me to believe. This topic today I was sort of hesitant to do just because I find a lot of self-help stuff sometimes kind of cringy. I think a lot of people sit in front of a camera and pretend like they know what the fuck they're doing with their lives, and really they don't. They just read a couple books that said to do power poses or something like that, and then they sit down in front of a camera and tell you to do the same thing. But this is an issue that I struggled with for a long time, and I didn't really get the kind of advice that I'm about to give to you. So I thought maybe it would be helpful. This is for anyone out there who is trying to figure out who they are, what they want to do with their lives, what their thing is. And this is something I put a lot of pressure on myself about. And I think it was ultimately a good thing because I kind of feel like I had my midlife crisis when I was like 23, so that hopefully now I can avoid having a midlife crisis in my mid 40s, and I won't feel like I've wasted my life. I kind of wasted my life in the early chunk, and now I have at least certain things which I feel like are important figured out. The advice I would give is very simple. It's that you already know who you are. And that sounds dumb and flippant and like, well, how can I be questioning what I am and what I want to do if I already know what I am? I think a lot of times that the anxiety that you feel trying to figure out who you are actually comes from the fact that you know who you are, but you don't want to be that person. I tried to be anything but what I am now, because I don't know if you know this, but going into the arts is not the easiest lifestyle, especially financially speaking. I would constantly question whether there were better, more productive ways I could be spending my time, whether that would be helping other people in some concrete way, medicine, science, things like that, or making a better, kind of easier life for myself, like being some career where you can make a lot of money working in finance or software engineering or something like that. And here I'll say something that maybe a lot of people would disagree with. You know, the concept of free will is highly debated, and I tend to fall on the side of not believing in free will, but I also believe that we don't have maybe what I would call free potential. A lot of people want to believe that every person can do everything, that we're born as like a blank slate type human, and if you want to study mathematics, you can do that. You can be an athlete, you can be a whatever the fuck you want to do, you can be. I don't really believe that. I think that each person is born with limitations and strengths, and they can really only function within the stats, if you will, that they were given. For example, I tried for a few years, off and on, to really pursue technology, being a computer programmer. But after a few years of messing around with that stuff, I just realized it wasn't what my brain was geared for. And it also truly wasn't where my interest was at. My brain, after a day or two of programming, would get almost like this dry, cardboardy like feeling. And my brain, when I spend it around art and creativity and comedy and movies and books, my brain comes alive. The point is that I tried to use my conscious mind to choose to be things other than what I was. And it made me anxious, it made me stressed out, it made me not in touch with who I was. But why would someone choose to be someone different than who they are? It seems like something that you should never do, and that's so obvious. But usually being who you are brings with it a lot of hardships. And it also means that when you're really being who you are, you kind of can't back down from those hardships. Take filmmaking specifically. That comes with so much bullshit. There's so much about the industry that is so annoying, so frustrating, even for people who are doing it well at the top of their game. It's like probably 75% annoying. And there was a really big part of me that was just like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. And I don't want to deal with it. But it is, I have something deeper that's pulling me toward having to do that. And so at the end of the day, you just have to be like, okay, look, I'm going to have to deal with the bullshit because otherwise I'm not being who I am and who I need to be and who the universe or whatever needs me to be. So look, that's all very vague and not very like actionable. If you wanted to, like, maybe you're sitting there and you're like, yeah, but I still don't know who I am. I would say think back to when you were like 8, 9, 10 years old. What were you doing at 10 years old that no one was asking you to do? 10 is a good age because it's like kind of before you know about money. It's before really the stresses of the world hit you, and it's you at your most pure in a way. You've kind of grown a little and experienced some of the world, so you see what's out there, but you don't have too many external factors kind of like attacking your brain and pushing you one way or the other. For me, funny enough, it was setting up a green screen in my room and playing around in front of my camera.
Hey guys, what's going on?
It was also making video games. It was also shooting videos with my friends and my family. And as I was trying to figure out who I was and what I wanted to do, I kept coming back to that and remembering like that was the thing that always kind of got me excited when I was young. Okay, I hope that wasn't too fucking dumb and preachy and, self-helpy. Hopefully that will help some of you that are trying to figure out what the fuck you're doing with your life, because it is an important question, and the answer is maybe more simple than you think. Happy number 10. We did it. We done did it. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, I don't know what clicking the like button does. I don't know if it does anything. So I think subscribing's good because then you can see my next videos. But if you don't like the video, don't subscribe. I don't care. We don't need you here. But if you do like it, subscribe, please. Okay, bye.